Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my finale for the hashtag Team Project Pan 2021 that was started by Kat Hailey. They shall be linked down below, and I want to do this again next year. Are you guys going to do it again next year? Let me know. But anyway, let me just start the video by getting into my empties. Okay guys, so I finished 44 products in this project. 16 of them were beauty and 28 were makeup. I'm going to start with the makeup and move into the beauty, and if there's anything left for what I didn't finish, I'll show you that at the end. I think there's 3 products, or maybe, I think so, that I didn't finish. It was a rolling style project. There was a quarterly refresh. I think it's a brilliant project. I've been doing it since I started my channel and I want to do it again next year. But let's get into my makeup. So for foundation in this project, I finished 3. One you have not yet seen, and I finished it today. Like, you haven't seen it since the last update. This is the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundation in the shade F for Frank 0.5. And there was 26 mils in here. It was too light for me. I think it's 0.87 fluid ounces as well. It was too light for me, so I was mixing it. So I imagine it would have been quicker again if it matched me. I did purchase this in July 2020. So now this is empty, which is exciting for me. I'm so glad that it's empty. Normally I finish 2 foundations a year, so to have 3 is exciting. So that's the first one. The second one, and these 2 are both from Ingloss. That is how my life is going right now. One is in the shade 79, the other is in the shade 76. This is a fuller coverage matte foundation. If I was listening to a video and I heard someone say that, I would be like, oh, I'm not really into that right now, but I actually really enjoyed this. It was very consistent, reliable, and I enjoyed it, and I probably would like to get it again, to be honest. One was my regular skin tone and the other was my fake tan shade. 79 I think is the lighter shade and 76 is the darker, and it's an airlift pump. They have 35 mils or 1.18 fluid ounces in each of them, so it's actually bigger than normal. I didn't start them and finish them this year, but this one I did. So that's 3, and I'm really happy, and I would repurchase 2 of the 3. This one was a medium coverage and it had more of a, it was a medium to full coverage, but it had a looser, wetter texture to it, like glowier. Similar to the IT Cosmetics CC, but not bang on. So far I would repurchase these 2 in the same shade, and I feel like I'd repurchase this in my own shade, but I have another one, so we'll see. We'll see. I have one in my skin tone. For primers, I finished 5. They weren't full size, but I have them down as 5 because they were on my spreadsheet. One was, the biggest one was this one from Becca, and I received this as a gift, and I'm so happy because I wouldn't have gotten to try it otherwise. This one is like, I wouldn't say this is the sample size, I'd say this is more like a travel size. There's 15 mils in this, or 0.5 fluid ounces. I really liked this product a lot. I liked this one, and the, what's this? This is the First Light priming filter, and I like the backlight just a little bit more. It does give a purple sheen to your face, just so you know. Would I miss it? No, I haven't missed it since it's been gone, so there's that. But I'm glad that I used it, and I enjoyed having it. It gave a glow under your foundation. My hair is unruly today, but anyway, if I could repurchase this, I probably would eventually, but I'm not missing it right now, so there's that one, and it's gone and it's fine. Then these 4, we have the Tarte Quench. All of these were actually gifts. Isn't that exciting? Tarte Quench, I really enjoyed this one. This one though, however, is very, very similar to a moisturizer that we can get over here. The moisturizer is in Boots, and it's quite affordable. What the hell is the name of it? I'll put a picture of it up here if you're interested in it, but considering this is not, Tarte is not accessible, the moisturizer is literally the same texture and everything. There was 3 mils in this, and surprisingly it took me quite a while. I actually liked this one a lot. The stellar one I got as well, this one's from Lyons. This is the Brilliant Primer, 7 mils. It is a pore filling one, and it had a pink kind of colour to it. It was quite nice. Excuse me. It kind of had a moussey texture to it. It was quite nice. I did enjoy using it. It just, I'd say it was very expensive, is what I'd be afraid of to buy at full price. It was similar enough to the Benefit one, except not as pore filling, but I did like it. I find it hard to use primers this year because I was not really leaving the house, And so what was the point? But I still used those. This one, I finished it since the last update. It's the MAC Radiant Prime Prep and Prime in Base Lumiere. It's the yellow one. This one took me ages and there's only 6 mils in it. I liked this, but it was similar to a moisturiser. This one was similar to a moisturiser because even though the colour was yellow, it literally just blended into your skin once you blended it in. This one, I'm so glad I got this from Courtney as a gift because I didn't like it. And I'm actually delighted about that because, oh my God, what if I paid for that full price for the big one and then found out? My skin is ordinarily oily, right? It normally is oily. Lately it's been combination where my forehead can get dry, but the rest of me is oily. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This one took me actually quite a while to use. And it made a horrible kind of blackboard feeling to my face. It was like making it drier, like, oh, I didn't want to think about that. I don't want to think about it. It's disgusting, that blackboard thing. But basically it just felt really uncomfortable applying it. And it kind of gave a blue shine to my face. So this was fantastic that I got this sample because if I'd have purchased this full price, an Hourglass product, I'd have been heartbroken. I'd have been heartbroken. My God, it was such a weird feeling. Like a scratch. No. Okay, what is next in a kind of an order? I only finished one concealer. I have always found it hard to finish concealers, but I'm finding it harder. This is the only concealer I finished. I'm close on another one. I used the Born This Way till it was almost gone and then it expired on me. So I have been using them. This one here is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique in the shade Light 1. This was expensive. I think I paid something like 22 euros for this. That's expensive. This had, you know, one of those brush tip applicators. It was grand. It was only okay. It's not 22 euros worth. It had a medium-ish coverage and it kind of showed the blue in my eyeball. So even if I could get this again, I would not because it's too expensive for what it is. For eyebrow, I finished 2 and one is like a particular victory. This bad boy, the Benefit Ka-Brow in the shade 2, and it took me just shy of 3 years to finish it. This is the second one I finished. I finished one of these before. It took me 2 years the first time and 3 years the second time. The first time I used it for my entire brow. The second time I kind of used it around the outside, not as much. And I'm not getting it again because after spending 5 years panning them, I just need a break from it, you know. It was like something like 22 euros. Port got this particular one for me as a gift. So I know it's expensive. However, if it takes you nearly 3 years to finish it, I think it was 20 something euros, 22, 27. It does last you a considerable amount of time. But towards the end of it, I was so sick of it. I was so sick of it. I'm so glad it's gone. And this one I got from Hélène. This is the Annabelle Brow Fiber Gel in the shade Light Medium. And she's all gone. I actually quite like this product. It had little microfibers. It was such a good match for my eyebrow color. It didn't take me that long to use. I think it was maybe it was somewhere between 3 and 6 months. That is a while, I suppose. But I liked it. I got it. It gone. She empty. It gone. For mascaras, I finished 3. Okay, so we have a Soap and Glory. I have used so many of these Soap and Glory mascaras, right? So many of them, and I never really liked them. This time, when I initially opened it, it was wet. Like it just has this brush on it, like a natural fiber brush. The wand doesn't look like anything special, it looks regular, right? Regular old wand. When I pulled it out there, it looked kind of wet, but it's not. When you pull it out initially, it's wet. I'd say after a month, this thing, I had a picture on my Instagram. I don't know if I still do. It really, really lifted up. I have blonde eyelashes and they're quite short. What the hell? If I have the picture, I will put it up. If not, it should be on my Instagram. But it made such a massive difference. I was so surprised because it doesn't look any different than the 3 other tubes I finished. But this one really did lengthen, really did, and really did give you some volume from a base of nothing. It's not my favorite mascara, but what was so surprising about it was the 3 previous times I used it, I didn't like it, really. This time I was just like, Jeannie, my eyelashes were so long, they were hitting up here, and that's not an issue I have, which is long eyelashes. I don't have them. This one here looks like a Benefit one, but it's actually from Aldi. This is the Lacura 2 Legit Mascara. I wish they still had that in Aldi. They don't have it in mine anyway. I think it was €6. This is a plastic bristle one, so if you don't like that, you're not going to like it. I do. This was so good. Well, in terms of what I like, I really liked this. And if you could get it again, I would get it again. £6. And I have used the Benefit equivalent of this, and I don't think there was much difference in it, to be honest. I really don't. I really don't. And then this small one, for mascaras, I tend to not follow a rule and I just use them until they don't perform any longer, like they dry up or whatever. Whatever, this one is from ABH and I got this as a gift from the good old Elaine. And this is the lash brag and I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. This is a this is a natural bristle one. Can you see that up there? Can you see it? I really liked it. I still have to say that the Ilia, what am I doing? The Ilia is my favorite. But this would be in second right now. This would be in second. I really do like it, but the Ilia is definitely my faves. So glad I got to try it because I don't buy high-end mascaras. I always buy drugstore. So the only way that I would try something is if I did receive it as a gift or something like that. So really grateful. Out of these, you can't repurchase this anymore because it's gone. So I would repurchase this. I would be happy if this came, but since I've used it like 3 or 4 times, I just don't want to do it again. I do have one more in my collection though. For blush, I didn't finish a blush. I came very close on a cream and very, very close on a powder, but I didn't finish it. This is the first year since 2017 that I did not finish a blush, and it's because I put too many eggs in several baskets instead of in one. So I got a big amount of juicy panule across, which is good, but nothing to completion. So for highlighter, I finished a mini. I have always taken ages to finish a highlighter. I think this is the only highlighter I finished this year. This is a powder. This is Becca Champagne Pop. It's not even a full size. It only has... Oh no, I'll explain what later. It has 1.15 grams in it. I really like this Champagne Pop. It is not a massively glowy color. It does seem to work on my skin tone. I don't have it on now. I don't know how to do that. It does seem to work on my skin tone. It is not an intense shine, which is what I prefer right now. I am not at the moment into an intense glow. I kind of like a product that is thin and has more of a glow as opposed to a thick pigment on your face. Does that make any sense? But anyway, I really enjoyed this. It had a champagne color to it. It wasn't intense. It melted in. I do have texture on my cheek. I don't know who doesn't. Some people have more, some people have less, but this one out of the ones I've tried have done well on the old skin tone. Now, I shot myself in the foot. For a highlighter as well, I actually used 2 eyeshadows. In my 20 favourites in 2020, I had these 2 eyeshadows in to hit pan. One was Makeup Geek Voltage, the other was Makeup Geek I'm Peachless. The Voltage was that really popular shift to green gold, and the I'm Peachless was a cool tone pink, which was also quite beautiful. And I did initially use it on my eyes, and then eyeshadows kind of improved in quality where shimmers packed more of a punch and this one didn't anymore. So I started using it on my cheeks and I loved it. So I rolled it into this project at the start of the year from where they had pan, and I finished them. I think I rolled them in at the start of the year. No, I didn't, obviously. I rolled them when I finished it in Champagne Pop. I finished them both. I didn't intend on finishing Voltage. I have since reused these pans. That's why they look like this. But yeah, I'm Peachless. I'm glad I finished because I'm not really into cool tone or icy highlights at the moment. I say as I have like this mad pink one on, but I'm going for a vibe here today, okay? We're going for a vibe that I don't normally do. Also, I love red lipstick, but they are so hard to manage. Like, I've only put this on, it's on my chin, it's on my cheek, it's down here, it's on my teeth, and again, it's gotten to my forehead. Like, how are you supposed to wear red lipstick? What are you supposed to do? I love it, but it's just everywhere. Anyway, I take a phenomenal amount of time to finish highlighter, so I use these 2 eyeshadows as highlighters. So technically, in terms of this, I finished 3 highlighters, but again, 2 eyeshadows and 1 mini. But they take me a really long time, so I'm really happy because they're out of my collection. For powder, I finished 1 powder. This is going to be a hybrid into the bronzer category. So we had this. I reused this packaging for those highlighters after I finished, but this is the WetNWild Contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. We had a brightening powder, banana powder under here, and we had a bronzer. There was 12.5 grams in the whole palette. This thing had a phenomenal amount of kick up, like a huge amount of kick up. It's like the ABH eyeshadow formula, only powder version. This was a banana shade and this was a bronzer shade. The bronzer shade was a bit too dark for me on its own, so often I would mix the two. Then I just loved this banana powder. I really liked this banana powder, and I liked the bronzer, and I don't need anything right now, but I kind of, you know, would I get it again? I don't know, would I actually? But I did enjoy it, so I could see myself getting it again, but I don't know, would I? Do you know what I mean? I really did. I enjoyed using it, to be honest. It had a nice buttery formula. It's not for everyone, that big buttery kick-up-y type of a mess, but it was so buttery, and creamy. I just enjoyed using it. So that's one bronzer and one powder from here. Now wait to the most exciting thing on the planet that I have to share this year, okay? This is empty. This means I have finished 6 bronzers here, so 7 bronzers. And I know that these are minis, but will you just give it to me, please? Okay, because last year I only finished 2. So okay, last year I finished 2 of these pans. In the whole year, it took me the year to finish 2 of the pans. There is 11, 12, 13 grams in this in total. What's the 2 about? Oh yeah, okay, so these 2 were 2 grams. So 1 and 2 and the rest. Okay, so 13 grams in total. I finished 2 pans last year, which means I finished 6 this year without decluttering any, and all of the shades didn't work for me, but I ended up franken them and making them work, and I'm so happy about it. The last update, I was super close. I had repressed it into, goodness, where is it? Sorry, I had repressed them into here. I'm so all over the place, guys. I'm so all over the place. I had repressed them into here. It's now finished. I used this palette 426 times in the last 2 years. I think I can correct myself. I'll put it up here. I think I used it 250 something times this year, this palette. Is that right? I'm probably way off. I'll put it up there. Let me see how many times I used the last 3 bronzers, because I have that written down. 89 times. So it took me 89 uses to use the last 3 bronzers that I'd franken together. I don't know how I managed to get it done in 89 times. It just helped when I had this floor space instead of this floor space. This is not the right word. For my bronzer brush. And it was just, one was a shimmery bronzer that I'd made, one was a matte bronzer, and for some reason the colours looked really nice. But anyway, look at her. Look at that. It is empty. All of that. I normally finish 1 bronzer per year. Yes, girl, we did it. We did it. God, that was awful. Okay, and then what's left? We have 3 products left in terms of the makeup category. I finished 2 lip glosses. Before I mention, before the pandemic, my strongest category to pan was lip products. I just went through lip products, and I put it down to the fact that I always worked really long days. In all of the jobs I had, I always worked, well, bar one of them. Bar one particular job, I always worked long hours, so I would just reapply out of habit. So I used to go through a phenomenal amount of lip products. So the last 2 years I've been not good on the old lip products, but I finished these 2 lip glosses. This is the Soap and Glory one. This was in the shade Plums Up. Quite like the formula. It is a bit sticky. I think all glosses are sticky. Oh, the stopper is out. Forgot about that. There's, how many mils are in this? 7 mils in here. And the thing, I don't know if you can see, is just, it's just empty. It's empty. I like the formula of this. Would I get it again? If I was looking for a gloss, probably, because it was quite good. I did like it. It is sticky, but I think everything, look, I have lip gloss on now on top of my red lipstick that's everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, it sticks to my face. I'm so flustered. So that's this gloss gone, and I'm really happy about it because it wasn't that old. I got it for Christmas off my parents one year in the Soap and Glory set that I love. And then this little one here I got from Elaine, I think. And this is my first and only experience with Buxom, and I really liked it. Although, is it very similar to this formula, those of you who have tried? Are they all kind of similar though, aren't they really? And they just charge, it's just based on the, this was quite a pigmented gloss. This one was in the shade Dolly, was it? Yeah, this one was in the shade Dolly. I really liked it. I loved the colour of it. There was, how many mils? God, I took the stopper out of this as well. I was really, why? Like, I remember it took a good while to use it. It's probably because it's so pigmented. I find a lot of the time that when glosses are incredibly pigmented, I don't need to wear a lipstick underneath because they carry their own amount of pigment. Anyway, I finished these two. I went off on a tangent. And then finally for the makeup category, oh hang on. Finally for the makeup category, I finished this lipstick. Finally! This took me 2 years. Well, yeah, 2 years. And I used this as a lipstick and a cream bronzer, and it still took me that long. This is the Colourpop Girl Gang. It is the shade Matte. It is matte and it is in the shade Girl Gang, and you can't roll it up because I went all out. The whole thing is gone. I don't think I'm going to be very adventurous with close-ups in this video, judging by how flustered I am. Today is the 23rd. So it is a dark brown, and I actually have another one of these because they accidentally sent me 2 of the same shade instead of 2 different shades. So it is gone. It is a nice lipstick. It didn't migrate around the place. It was just super, super dark. So I ended up mixing it with lighter lipsticks at times and as a cream bronzer, and it still took me that long to use. And the packaging is like destroyed. For anyone who's finished a Colourpop lippy stick before, how long has it taken you? Why has it taken me so long? Probably because look, since masks have been invoked in Ireland in March of last year, I think it was, or whenever it was last year, we've never had a point where we haven't had to wear them. So what is the point of me wasting? I don't even know because things are going to expire. It's just so hard. Now, so that was 28 makeup products, and now for the 16 beauty products, guys. Okay, let's just start with the old Perfume because I have these here and they're just going to drive me mad. Okay, I've counted these as 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 4. We finished 4. So this one took me for months. This took me months and months and months. This is actually not a perfume, but I used it as a perfume. It is the Molton Brown Home and Linen Mist, and I sprayed it on my clothes. This is the Coco and Sandalwood because I really liked this, but they discontinued this kind of line of fragrance. So I used the shower gel myself and the body lotion here. But this is all gone. This took me forever. There was 100 mils in this, and it's all gone, and I'm glad it's gone. And to be honest, as much as I used to love that, I wouldn't repurchase it. These two are from Aldi. Do you remember when I was panning these last year, like 15 of them? This is them gone out of my collection, and they were like 16 euros, 15.99 I think for like 16 of them, and they were great. This is the #1 Lime Basil and Mandrum, 15 mils, and this is the Peony, and they're both gone, and they actually had quite a good lasting power considering the price of them. I used to pop them in my handbag as well. I love things like this for your handbag, and I don't really have much of stuff like that left. And that's what led me on to purchasing a pile of samples. I still haven't finished the samples, but I purchased a pile of perfume samples because I didn't want to go and buy a perfume blind buy. So I bought a load of samples, and together we worked through some of them. I have a list going about ones I'd like to buy, etc. Based on the ones I've tried. But in this project, which is only a recent thing I started doing towards the end of the year, because this ass took me the whole year. So I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 samples that I can find. These Divan ones I didn't have to pay for because they came free with Divan perfumes I bought. I couldn't find them. These are dupe perfumes, and so the ones that I have, they smell so incredibly nice. Yeah, they smell so incredibly nice, right? But they just do not last. This one is lovely. They have numbers on them. I must look up what this one is because I did like them. It was 544, 595 and 588. If I could, I'd see what the real one of this is. I liked all 3, but they just don't last from the ones that I've tried, which is such a shame because it's such a handy thing. They do smell. I even tried spraying them on my clothes, but you just can't smell it off me after like not even just beyond 30 minutes. And how I know it's beyond 30 minutes is because it's a 40-minute commute from my house to my parents' house. By the time I got there, the smell was gone. And I don't have a good sense of smell. Everyone seems to know that now, but I asked my family could they smell it, and they were like, no. So those 3 are gone. These 3 are the ones I paid for. I've paid for like a set of them. It actually was surprisingly expensive, but it would have added up to the equivalent of 2 bottles of perfume for the amount of what that I got. Okay, so this one was Dua Enter the Tiger, and I purchased this. This is technically a male's fragrance. So, but I bought it. It was like 30 euros for the full size. I've bought that and I've actually nearly used that perfume. This thing is bloody gorgeous. It's Dua, D-U-A, Enter the Tiger. I'll leave the name at the end of it down under in the box. Oh my God, I will leave the name in the description box. This is a cologne-y, musky, stereotypical male like scent, and it's strong and it's out there. And it is out there, okay? And that might not sound interesting to you. However, everywhere I wear this, people say it to me. I can smell it. As in the hairdressers, people in the hairdressers, the word to the hen. Everywhere I go with this on, I was in Super Value food shopping, Aldi, people have said it to me. It's just so bloody intoxicating. And it's 30 euros, so it's not that expensive to buy in terms of what perfumes can cost. So I actually have bought this. These two, so this is, oh, okay, so there is another perfume sample missing somewhere. I don't know where it is. This is Byredo Bal d'Afrique. How the hell? I can't really smell it off the bottle anymore. That's how long I finished it. But I would like to buy this, but I think it's like 138 euros, so it's just going to go on the wish list. This one I could live without. This is JM Poppy and Barley. I don't really like that one. These Byredo ones, I have two that I've tried. I can't find the other one. I think one was called Gypsy Water, and I liked both of them. So out of all of these, I have purchased one and I'd like to purchase this one. The other four are misses. The whole Divan one I've tried so far, they just don't have any lasting power, unfortunately. And I've tried quite a few. I think these are all the moisturizers I have that I had in this project finished, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So this one is from Neutrogena. This is the oil-free moisturizer. This thing, I ended up cutting this open. I ended up mixing this into foundations that were too thick, as well as wearing them underneath foundations. And I think this was grand. I didn't think this would do anything major. I think Neutrogena is not that cheap here. There's 50 mils in it and it's empty, and I'm happy it's empty, and I wouldn't bother repurchasing it, but I would have nothing against repurchasing it. Then these three, these are all Josie Maran. Are they all the same? Yep, they're all the same. All the same, and I got them from Ilan, and I just really liked using them. I just really enjoyed using them. Would I go out of my way to buy it? I don't know, because I'd say it's expensive. I know it's not for sale anywhere near here, so I'd inevitably, most likely, have to pay customs. But I just enjoyed using it. It was just a nice moisturizer, and it did the job. And what I found was it dried quickly. And I hate when I'm sticky on the face for a while, and it dried quickly. I'm so flustered today. I'm so sorry. I had this face mask in from Milan. This is the Rose face mask from Fresh, and I really liked this. This is 15 mils in it. I think I got like 7 uses out of it, probably more. This smells like real rose petals. I really liked this. I would like to own this again, but I wouldn't like a big huge container of it, because it does take me ages to finish it. It's just that I did notice that it evened out all of my skin texture and like oil secretion. I felt like my skin reverted to prepubescent skin after wearing it. The redness looked like it evened out a bit, and it felt smooth, and it kind of looked plumper and softer to the touch. And I don't know what that means for the skin, other than it just felt really nice. And I liked it. And I got a Fresh lip balm from Courtney, and I think it's my favorite lip balm that I've ever used. It's not in a project and I keep using it. It's this sugar one, Advanced Therapy, and I just love it. Like, I've used so much of it already. Really, really like that. Thank you, Courtney. What's next? Okay, so for body lotion in this project, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my favorite one that I've used. This one is the Dr. Hauschka one in Sandalwood, lavender and sandalwood. God, I love this. I have repurchased this. I couldn't find this particular one in the shop anymore, so I bought it online. I bought this for my birthday in 2020, and it's now gone. Really fab. It's 145 mils. It feels kind of luxurious. Smells really like a spa, but not like, it just smells really relaxing. If you don't like lavender, it's just a really nice product, and I really like it. I just really like it. Really therapeutic. This one here is the Molton Brown Coco and Sandalwood. It was 300 mils in this. Surprisingly, this one like took me a while. No, I'm mixing this up with another one. Surprisingly, this one went really quickly. I was really surprised. I got through this in like a month. This still smells perfectly well, and I've had this an embarrassing amount of time, okay? I've had this for a good few years, but it's all gone now. I did like it. I like Molton Brown, so I do. You know what's really coming up? I really like Rituals. This is another Molton Brown. This is the Ylang Ylang body lotion. There was 100 mils in this. I really liked this as well. I've had this for I've had this for a long time as well. So I'm happy to finish something that it is old. I bought a few of these little ones and now they're all gone, I believe. Then I finished this one from Soap and Glory. Didn't really like this one. I got this. This is a year old this Christmas, I think. Yeah. There was 500 mils in this. This one smells like Bounty Bar coconut yogurt. Coconut and a yogurty. Yeah. Oh God, it's gone off now. So I'm glad I finished it. It's not meant to expire for 18 months and I don't even have it that long, so don't know why. But that's that. Then we have this Sugar Crush Soap and Glory Body Butter Cream. This smells like all of the Sugar Crush scents, so sugary lime. Oh God, it's so strong. Sugary lime, and it's all gone. I go through these tubs in a month to a month and a half, these ones, these particular ones. How many mils are in this? I like the texture of these ones and I like reusing the containers. This one was really expensive. And I bought this for myself for my birthday last year as well. Did I buy really anything for myself for my birthday this year? I don't think so, I don't know. Or maybe I did, I don't know. This is the Sands and Sky Australian Pink Clay Smoothing Body Sand, 180 grams. This was in my wish list for a little while on Beauty Bay, I think it was. This is too expensive. It is, smells disgusting now, but it is too expensive. It is sugary all right, like sandy in texture, and it does exfoliate your skin, but you will go through this so quickly. I didn't even put this on the whole surface area of my body in the shower because it would have been gone in a sneeze, okay? It's way too expensive. It is nice, but it's too expensive for what you get. It's too expensive for what you get. I don't think that they should be allowed to charge that much for that. This one needs to go in the bin. This is the Scrub 'em and Leave 'em. This is Destroy because I reuse it for pressing things. Oh my God, it's all over the place. It's so destroyed. This one was useless in terms of a scrub, okay? It was more for show. The scrub bits were just for show. It's just, oh look, I have scrub. It doesn't exfoliate, but it was nice. It smelled nice. More moisturizing with the, you're like, did I miss something? Is there a little bit of sand on me? But no, that's it. Okay, and what did I not finish? What did I not finish? The blush is gone now, but these two I didn't finish. This is the Tatcha, and I only wrote this in the last update, but this is the Tatcha one I got from Courtney, and I finished the other one I got from Courtney, so I've only started to use this one, so I can't really speak to it much yet, but I'm so excited to get to be able to try it, so thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And this one I got from Elaine. This is the Benefit Boeing Industrial Strength Concealer that I got nearly a year ago now. I have repressed it into the middle. It's only 1.3 grams, but it is taking me a while. I do like this. This is a full coverage concealer, and I like this for like pimples and stubborn areas. I feel like I need something like this. And this is the only thing I have of this. I have under eye concealers in the tubey things, but I get pimples on my chin and neck. So I need something like this. So it'll be a bit bittersweet once it finishes, but that's all I believe that I didn't finish bar the blush that I don't have anymore. Okay? So that's everything. That's everything. That's 44. It should be 44 products this year. Yay! And 28 were makeup. God, I'm stretching, sorry. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I cannot wait to do it again next year. It's so great to be able to throw away some of this stuff before I fill my empties. How are you doing? Happy Christmas to everyone. Take care. Bye. Thank you.